Okay, so I don't think American politics have been more bizarre than they are now, and things are just getting weirder and weirder. Like, you have the US president saying that he will not drop out of the race. He's tweeting about it, he's saying it in front of the cameras, he's assuring people. And I can't think of a more honest person than Joe Biden. Like, if he says something will happen, it will. But then he drops out of the race. And apparently his own staffers don't know. Like, his own staffers are saying that they found out about it from Twitter. Now, I even asked ChatGPT how likely that this is, right? Like, I asked something objective. I asked an AI. It's like, hey, how likely is it that the staffers of the president don't know, that the announcement of him dropping off is just not on television, not on live cameras, but he does it on Twitter? And ChatGPT says it's extremely unlikely, which is why a lot of people are curious and they're being accused of spouting conspiracy theories. But I guess even the AI, like everyone is baffled, right? Everyone that's sitting at home at the television and is looking at this is baffled, because it's like being in a relationship with your wife for more than 4 years, and then she breaks up with you via a text. She doesn't do a public appearance. She doesn't actually address the public and answer questions from reporters. It's like, yeah, by the way, we're breaking up. So people were wondering, like, where is Joe? And apparently he did an appearance. Like, this was displayed on Fox News, and it is the most bizarre thing that I have ever seen since the empty parking lot. Do you guys remember the empty parking lot after Joe Biden, the most popular president in the United States, won his first nomination? They celebrated in what appeared to be an empty parking lot. I don't even know if you can find that video on YouTube, but it was like really, really weird. So the same administration giving me something equally weird towards the end of the presidency is interesting. So what exactly did she say? Well, let's look at this.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
What did she say?
Joe, I know you're still on the call.
That's not going to alleviate the conspiracy theories now, is it? Why isn't she getting banned for spreading them? Like, she is the source. She is patient zero for these conspiracy theories. It's almost like she was about to say, Joe, I still know you're on the recording, right?
Joe, I know you're still on the call.
And the way her body language as well. But okay, let's assume that this is legit. Let's assume that this is legit. Does it make it less weird? Well, let's see.
And we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe. Oh.
None of this makes sense. Look at her face. Okay, so why doesn't it make sense? Like, let's assume that's actually Joe on the call. What is this low energy shit? Like, you got Trump going into massive stadiums that are fully packed. His events are so big that even the Secret Service is incapable of covering. Like, even the Secret Service doesn't have the technology to surveil the entire area. That is how massive his events are. And this is the person running against him. Well, allegedly, because we still don't know. The DNC hasn't had the meeting yet, but she's one of the most likely people to run against him. And what does she do? It's a small room with, I guess, like, from the sound of the claps, 10, maybe 20 people. And instead of actually getting the president on a Zoom call, fuck that. Why isn't he there in person? Like, you would think this is an important moment, right? Like, why isn't Joe Biden there in person, shaking hands with her and presenting her to the public? Now, you can say, well, maybe he couldn't make it. Okay, maybe he couldn't make it, then why didn't they delay the event? Like, this is something important, right? Like, you want your candidate to have the energy boost to go in there. So why is it that they're doing this over a phone line and the conversation itself is bizarre? It's like talking to a toddler. It's like, oh, Joe, do you see all the clapping? Do you see all the people cheering, Joe? Look where I am. And it's like, okay, you're the vice president. There have been people cheering for you before. Like, this is not like you just graduated and you're 18 and this is the first big boy politics moment and you have like people clapping for you for the very first time and you're like, Daddy, look, it's all thanks to you. That, you know, like, isn't it weird? Isn't this like really bizarre? When is this taking place? Because I tried finding out, I tried Googling it, and everyone is just writing headlines saying that Joe is alive. And it's like, look, he spoke, Joe spoke. It's like, okay, can I see him? Can we see him? No, alright, I understand. I shouldn't even ask. Why am I doing this? But it is a question, like, if you're supporting the candidate, why aren't you there in person? Seriously, imagine if this was Trump, right? And Trump is finishing his presidency and he wants to endorse J.D. Vance. Do you think he would do it via phone? Or like, there are two ways he would do this. Number one, let's say, for some reason, the event cannot be postponed and he genuinely cannot make it. Right? Like, maybe he's in Europe, J.D. Vance is in the US, and Trump wants to endorse J.D. Vance, but he can't physically be there. There would be a big-ass, massive fucking TV screen. There would be an insanely huge TV screen to the point where J.D. Vance would look like a tiny penis compared to the massive Trump portrayal behind J.D. Vance. And Trump would say, yeah, I endorse this guy. And the crowd would go wild. Like that's how it would happen if Trump wasn't there. But I guarantee to you, in such a case, like, he would make it so that he can actually be there. And if he can't, he would delay the event. He would say to J.D. Vance, okay, do not talk to the press right now. Like, not right now. Wait a little bit. This is the most bizarre thing I have seen since the empty parking lot. Like, none of this makes sense. The way she misspoke, right, in the beginning, like, does she want people to spew the conspiracy theories? Like, is this what she actually is trying to accomplish? I will say that her body language and her facial grimaces are Kamala Harris's. You know, like, maybe this is how she is as a person. I can't really speak on it, but, like, where is the energy in the room? Do they not have money to buy a screen? I mean, it's 2024. Like, again, this is not like 1990s where, okay, if the person is there, you get a phone call. No, like, if the person is there, you get a big-ass screen and you do a Zoom call. I mean, they did that. They did that during COVID, right? Like, they had, like, massive screen and everyone was crying and cheering and they had to actually double the number of people there. Do you guys remember that? Oh, that was so fucking good. Like, they had a lot of people, like, cheering for Joe Biden, and it was, like, little TV sets placed one next to the other, and there were faces, but, like, when you look closely, they would multiply the number of people that were there to try to make it seem that the crowd was larger than it was. I think Disney is working with the Democrats. This is what I think. I think Disney is helping them achieve Pixar magic with a lot of this shit. But yeah, this is not going to raise confidence in what's happening with American politics because it's so bizarre. Even ChatGPT finds it bizarre. None of this makes sense. Why did he drop out with a letter on Twitter rather than appear in front of the nation and talk about the fact that he resigns and talk from the race? When I say resign, I mean the race, okay? Also, the fact that he didn't take questions from reporters. Also, the fact that it's been more than 2 days and he still hasn't taken questions from reporters. You would think he would at least have to talk with his backers and donors. Like I keep saying, imagine if you're a person that's fleeing from poverty, right? Like, poverty is out to get you. But you manage to find a decent coyote working for the Mexican cartel just in time. And he smuggles in. So he smuggles you into the United States of America and takes your kid and doesn't place him in a cage. He places him in the Biden's detention facility, right? So you get a job at one of those greedy American corporations that cause inflation. And you toil really hard. So from the sweat of your brow, you give $20 to Joe Biden because you really love him. You really love, like, he means a lot to you, right? Like, this is the American president that fulfills the American dream. He is fighting systemic racism. He is fighting with Mother Gaia. Like, he is helping change the temperature of the planet with your taxpayer money and through the magic of communism. Like you really like him, so you give him $20. And then you find out that, well, actually, you know, he's stepping down. Like, even though he told you he's not. Like, he appeared into your house through the computer screen many times. And he said, no, I'm not dropping out. I am the president-elect, and I will do this. I will see it through. But then he drops out, right? Do you get your money back? Are there any refunds? What if you don't like the new guy? You don't even know who the new guy is, by the way, right? It's interesting. What can I say? And it's just getting weirder. Isn't it? Like, there must be a stop at some point. There must be one thing that will say, oh, all right, well, let's get back to normal now. Let's go back to normal. Many people are speculating that he may be sick, which is a reasonable thing to speculate. I mean, the man does have an age. I think, like, they announced that he was diagnosed with COVID or something. Like, okay, fine. But why don't you make that public? Why don't you tell the public, yeah, like, the president is sick? I mean, that would actually help Kamala. Because she's vice president. And if Biden is stepping down, then she becomes the president of the United States. And it actually helps her more than an endorsement. It's so weird. I don't even know what to make of this. Now, there are conspiracies on the internet. Alright? There are conspiracies on the internet which suggest that Biden didn't sign the letter. So, like, if he is sick, let's say he actually has COVID or something. And someone posted that letter on Twitter, right? Like, it's just like that. Like, someone posted that letter on Twitter, and he didn't sign it. How can he take it back? Again, the man said he's not dropping out, right? Like, is it really that far-fetched of a conspiracy theory? If the man said he's not dropping out, if his own staffers have said that they found out from Twitter, is it a conspiracy theory to think that he is lying? I don't know. It's just like crazy. I guess we're going to find out eventually, right? Like, this cannot be hidden for forever. Like, I give it like 1 or 2 months, and then we're actually going to know what the fuck is going on. But it's just bizarre. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here. The best course of action would be for Biden to just step down as president, let Kamala become president, and let her do her election. And also, I understand that within, what, like, 1 day, she raised over $80 million or so? Well, people are really excited. Where's the crowd then? Where's the stadium filled with people? Why isn't she out there campaigning with massive numbers of people? I mean, Hillary Clinton used to do it, right? Obama used to do it. I bet even AOC can do it. If AOC goes out there, like, she can pack a stadium. What's his name? RFK? RFK can pack a stadium. I'm sure Kamala can as well, right? I mean, she's the best the Democrats have to offer now. So, where are the people? Where's the stadiums? Why is it a small room with just a couple of people clapping? This is so weird. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.